India versus Pakistan is not just a game, it's emotions. It's a rivalry that has spanned over various generations. It is a mammoth fixture as India take on Pakistan in the 8th ever game in the Cricket World Cup. It's a pleasure to welcome you back to our pre-match show, Stumps Sixes, where every cricket moment finds a voice. Produced by the International Institute of Sports and Management. Ladies and gentlemen, India take on Pakistan in what is said to be an absolutely thrilling encounter. I am your host, Erishe Solai. This is your experts, Rohit Walavalkar and Gershem Sundar, and we are going to take you through everything you would need to know about today's match. So, India versus Pakistan, a rich history, a very big rivalry. So, obviously, there have been a lot of big moments in the past. We look at the '92 World Cup, there was obviously Javed Minandad versus Kiran More. You look at the '96 World Cup, there was Venkatesh Prasad and Amir Sohail. There was then the 2003 World Cup in which there was Shoaib Akhtar and Sachin Tendulkar. So a lot of history, a lot of rivalry in this fixture.
Yes, absolutely. India versus Pakistan rivalry comes a very long way. As you said, the three incidences. Apart from that, the 2007 India versus Pakistan T20 World Cup final. Probably the 2011 India versus Pakistan semi-final, World Cup semi-final, as well as in 2019 that magical Kuldeep Yadav ball to Babar Azam to get him bowled. These three moments probably also, along with the moments which you have mentioned, are very special for Indian cricket versus Pakistan in a World Cup. And to top it off, India has played Pakistan 7 times in a World Cup game, and India has won 7 times. So yes, let's go for the 8th one.
That's very.
I think barring the last two encounters, 2015, 2019, even though India has a 7-0 record, I think they've still come down to the wire. So as you said, we should be expecting a thriller of a match this time as well.
That's very true. It's going to surely be a very thrilling encounter. So obviously talking about the encounters in this World Cup, specifically both the teams coming off back-to-back wins. So very good form from both the teams. How does that play into the tournament?
I mean, of course, I think both the teams have a set squad. I think they know which their 11 is. It's worked out for them. More so for Pakistan because, they've won one match chasing and they've won one match defending. So that could definitely, you could say that they've got all bases covered. And India as well. I think barring that one injury to Shubman, they have a complete squad. I would definitely.
It's just probably whether Ashwin would play or not against Pakistan. And then I think India is very much sorted in their departments, all the 3 departments.
So obviously talking about the squads, what is India's probable playing 11?
Right. So as we are speaking about it, India's coming back from back-to-back victories. So they wouldn't really look to change a lot of their team. And in general, they have a pretty settled squad, so they wouldn't really change a lot. At the top of the order, the only change would be if Shubman's completely fit and he's not sick, he probably will come right into the team, and Ishan Kishan would have to bat lower down the order. And that's one change that might happen. And the rest of the top order and the middle order is completely set. Opening with Rohit and Ishan or Gill. And we have Kohli, Shreyas, KL Rahul, who's doing a great job at the middle order, which is one aspect that I think India over the last few World Cups as well, something that they were worried about. The number 4 batsman could not anchor the innings well. So that's one thing that they've addressed completely. And coming to the all-rounders, Hardin's doing a great job. This is his IPL home ground, right? He plays for Gujarat Titans, so he has a lot of experience playing in this ground. So he's definitely one player to look out for, to be really honest. And again, Jadeja, a great accurate bowler. I think making use of the longer boundaries in Ahmedabad, he would really come into handy. The only another question that India would have, I would say, is Shardul Thakur or Ravichandran Ashwin. See, both sides of the story. Shardul offers becomes the 4th pacer. after Hardik, and we've seen Hardik sometimes going for a lot of runs after 5 or 6 overs. So and keeping in mind it's a really long tournament, they wouldn't want to put too much of a pressure on him. So that would take a little bit of load of Pandya, and they would share the 10 overs quota that they have to do. Coming to Ravichandran Ashwin, I think another thought process that could happen is Pakistan could go with 3 left-hand batsmen, and we've seen the record Ashwin has against left-hand batsmen. So again, to keep them down would be the choice of Ravichandran Ashwin. And yeah, Bumrah and Yadav, Kuldeep Yadav have been doing great. You don't need to make any changes. And see, the last pacer, your second pacer would be Siraj, who's been playing. The only difference is that, see, are you going to get Shami in for Siraj? Now, the last match that he played against Afghanistan, to be really honest, the first 2 overs, I think he really bowled in the right areas. He got the ball to swing both ways. He got the ball to come back in, which is doing very well for the right-handers. So that's just one. Maybe they would look at how both of them blowing in the nets, Shami and Siraj. My money is on Siraj. I think they're going to continue with him, give him another couple of more matches to see where he's at really. But yeah, so that's one thing that they're going to look into, Shami or Siraj. So other than that, they've got a completely good squad, which has all bases covered. So they wouldn't really want to change a lot.
Obviously, that's a very interesting playing 11, but within those also there will be certain key players that they will be looking to use. Who do you think they would be?
The first name that comes to mind has to be Shubman Gill. Again, we're still not sure whether he's going to be playing or not. But if he is, from a personal point of view, if he's even 5% fit, I would want him in Ahmedabad, because I wouldn't have set that up the last 2 matches. But Shubman's record, not this year, but in that ground itself, is mind blowing, and there's nobody who's played that well in that ground. Irrespective of the format he's played in, this ground has been his favorite hunting ground. So Shubman's the one player to watch out for, and the next player would be Hardik as well. Again, a complete player, can contribute in all 3 aspects of the game. But what I'd be looking forward is his batting. Because I'll be honest, Pakistan's bowlers in Shadab Khan and Nawaz have not been actually helpful in the middle overs. They've not been picking wickets. They've been conceding runs. And Hardik comes in very importantly there, because he can change the game in a couple of overs. And with his striking against spinners, off spinners and leg spinners likewise, has been amazing. So I think Shubman and Hardik would be 2 players to completely keep an eye on.
That's true. That's true. So obviously, then moving over to the Pakistan side, who do you think would be the probable playing players?
I believe Pakistan has a very steady squad over the last couple of years. They haven't made a lot of changes to their squad, not just sticking to the World Cup, but even in the World Cup this year, they have won 2 matches out of 2, and I think they would stick to their same squad. Having said so, they will definitely go with Abdullah Shafiq. Abdullah Shafiq has scored a century in his last game, so I'm sure he would be the one who would be opening the innings. There is a toss-up between Imamul Haq and Fakhar Zaman. Now, Imamul Haq has not been in the best of his runs, so I believe Fakhar Zaman may come in. Reason also being, Fakhar Zaman has a good history playing against India. If I would want to highlight the 2017 Champions Trophy final. So these 2 to open with. 1 down definitely is Babar Azam. 2 down is Mohammad Rizwan. Now Rizwan has been scoring each and every game, I would say. He has scored a match-winning knock in the last match versus Sri Lanka. Going forward, number 5, my pick would be Saud Shakil. Now he has been a consistent player. He scored a half century in the opening game for Pakistan. Number 6 would be Iftikhar Ahmed. Number 7 would be Shadab Khan, and number 8 would be Mohammad Nawaz. These are the 2 bowling all-rounders, I would say, for Pakistan. Then we move on to the 3 fast bowlers. Now it's with Hassan Ali, Shaheen Afridi and Haris Rauf. With Hassan Ali, I would say it's a toss-up again with Mohammad Wasim Jr., I would say.
Okay.
Because Hassan Ali has not been that influential against India or in the World Cup. Still, I mean, he has taken 4-wicket haul in the last game, but still, being a bit inconsistent in his bowling. So I would say Mohammad Wasim might replace him. But apart from that, yeah, this is my playing 11 for Pakistan.
That's a very steady pick. But obviously, again, Pakistan would have some key players that they will look to use.
Yes, absolutely. So they would believe a lot in Mohammad Rizwan, I would say. Shaheen Afridi has a very good experience against the Indian top order. So they would back Shaheen Afridi a lot. And then obviously comes Babar Azam. So Rizwan, Shaheen Afridi and Babar Azam are my 3 picks for Pakistan.
That's a very interesting 3 key players. Obviously, talking about the matches, the fixture, as we mentioned, they've played 7 times in the World Cup. India have a perfect record, winning all 7 of these matches. But they have batted second only once, chasing 273 runs. So if they win the toss this time round, what do they choose?
So India has won 2 out of 2 games in this World Cup chasing. So I would say India would stick to chasing if they win the toss. So win the toss and field first. That probably gives a good total for India to summarize what are they actually going to chase. Also, we have a good batting lineup to chase a target that has been set by Pakistan. And we have the best chaser in the world, that's Virat Kohli. So let's win the toss and field first.
And even so, the World Cup opener, right, between New Zealand and England, we saw how the dew came into play in the second innings, and it became very easy for Rachin Ravindra and Devin Conway, if I'm not wrong, who batted amazingly and could finish the game inside 40 overs. So any team that wins the toss would definitely be looking to bowl first and to put up a good score on the thing and chase it down. The only other aspect would be if you take the last 2 World Cup editions, Pakistan had a few questions there to answer before coming into the World Cup, and which were actually shown when they took on India. I think this time around, the late 1990s or the early 2000s, they have a complete squad. Amazing fast bowlers. Some big names in the batting order. And so the last couple of encounters in World Cup matches have been one-sided a little bit, if I'm being honest. I don't think that's going to be the case this time. I think it's going to be a thriller encounter between these 2 teams.
So obviously it is going to be a very thrilling encounter. But talking about the venue, the Narendra Modi Stadium, it is a balanced wicket. But the stats say that batting first has won 60% of the times, whereas bowling first has won only 40% of the times. So how does that come into play?
On an overall level, of course, if not part of a huge tournament, I would definitely say batting first, put down a big score, and then try to work on the pressure. But when we're coming into a World Cup, and we've seen the kind of the match that's happened last, with New Zealand and England, the dew plays a major factor, and I think that is the only reason why I said that team winning the toss should be chasing and bowling first, is because of the dew. And since in these day-night matches, and spinners become a major aspect of the game, especially in subcontinents, spinners win you the match. And so with that case, spinners who play in the first innings should have it a little more easier to grip the ball and turn the ball. And let's just say hypothetically Pakistan wins the toss and they would be bowling second. It would be a huge downfall, because especially since the spinners haven't been able to step up in this tournament. So with that case, it might become very easy for the Indian batsmen. So that's going to be on their mind. I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to, not take a lot of risks with Shaheen Afridi and Harris Rauf, who bowls a new ball. So in that case, it becomes very important for them to increase the run rate in the middle overs. So that would be easier for them in the second innings as compared to the first innings. So that's the whole thought process behind, batting first or bowling first, is in my opinion.
All right. Speaking about both the teams, now speaking about India first, India would obviously want to bank on likes like Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma or someone like KL Rahul, who prefer to chase any total which is set in front of them. Also, with as Grisham said that dew plays a huge role in any big game or any game or day-night game. So batting second would definitely help the Indian batsmen. If you speak about Pakistan, Pakistan very recently chased down a total of 345 runs against Sri Lanka in the World Cup itself, and they would be high on confidence in chasing second or probably batting second. So they would continue that or take that confidence with them in this game as well, and they would want to chase in this match as well.
That's interesting. So obviously, moving on to the fantasy 11, something that our viewers seem to love a lot. So you made your picks earlier.
Yeah, so my fantasy 11, my batters are going to be Rohit, Shafiq, and Virat in the top of the order. Of course, Rohit, because he's a big match player, once he gets set, you can count on him to make it a big score.
Yeah.
Shafiq too is the debutant in this World Cup, has been playing amazing, coming from a century. Should be looking to get more runs. I've also had it Kohli, Rizwan, Rahul, mainly based on current form. They've been doing great for their respective teams. Hardik Pandya, Jadeja will be my two all-rounders. Again, players who can contribute in all aspects of the game, fielding, bowling, and batting. So they should be up for a few good points. And my bowlers would be Kuldeep, Harris, Shaheen, and Bumrah. Again, completely wicket-taking bowlers, attacking bowlers will not only look to contain the runs, but also will look to take wickets at regular intervals. So yeah, this team should definitely look solid, and yeah, should get you a few points.
That's a very strong pick for your fantasy
I'm
11.
just surprised to see Babar Azam not being in the squad, but yeah, absolutely, as he said that picking the squad on the current form, Babar has not played to his best potential in the last two games. So I believe, yeah, even I would go with the team that he has picked.
Yeah, that's true. As I said, it's a very strong pick. So obviously, talking about a strong fantasy 11 that you have picked, who is your captain and who's your vice captain?
From back-to-back half centuries, I'm picking Virat Kohli to be the captain. Honestly, can bank on him to get some runs. And the vice captain as well is another player who's been doing well for that team. That is Rizwan, coming off a brilliant century as well. So I'm guessing it's going to be a run fest, and these two players should want to get a huge score. So those are my captain and vice captain picks.
Yes. So really excellent picks. But then talking about battles, the key battles that would emerge during the match, who do you think will be part of those battles throughout the match?
I believe one of the biggest battles for tomorrow's game would be Kuldeep Yadav versus Babar Azam. Kuldeep Yadav has had a great success against Babar Azam in the past in 2019 Cricket World Cup, where Babar Azam was bowled by a Kuldeep Yadav magical ball. And Kuldeep Yadav this year around also would try to do the same thing. But yes, knowing Babar Azam, world #1 batsman, he is not going to back down. He is going to remember what has happened with him in 2019, and he is going to change or reverse the story this time around. And let's hope for a even Steven battle between the two. So that's one of my pick for tomorrow's game.
Any other battles that you would add to the?
So honestly, the one that comes to mind is Rohit versus Shaheen. Shaheen has got the better of Rohit quite some time now, and Shaheen has this one that comes back in that Rohit's a little struggling for, and I mean he moves the ball both ways. And initially, Rohit, ideally should look to not play at those delivery outside off. And I mean, specifically speaking, it shouldn't just be Rohit. All the top order batsmen have a tendency, including Virat and even Shubman, to play outside off without proper footwork. So that's something they need to keep in mind. And if Rohit can ideally play off the first 10 to 12 overs without, even if they get 40 odd in the first 10 overs, I'm definitely sure Rohit has the capacity to increase the run rate drastically in the next 4 overs. So, but Shaheen ideally wouldn't want that to happen as well. So he would like to get him on the first two, three overs where the ball's doing a lot.
So I would like to just cut him in the middle But yeah, I do like the matchup which he's talking about, Shaheen versus Rohit. And let's go back a month prior to the Asia Cup that just recently got concluded, where India was the champions. So India faced Pakistan twice in that Asia Cup, and it was in the first encounter, Shaheen got the best of Rohit, where Rohit was just he got bowled. And in the second encounter, Rohit got the best of Shaheen Afridi, where he smashed Shaheen Afridi. He made sure that he is not getting settled in. So Rohit Sharma was on the charge from the first over, which Shaheen Afridi bowled. So you cannot predict probably who's going to get the best out of whom tomorrow, but knowing both of them, and both of them, as their game is, I believe it's going to be an even battle. So let's hope India or Rohit Sharma gets the best of Shaheen Afridi this time around.
The last time they met, where Rohit got the better of Shaheen, the kind of pitch they played on was completely different. And I think in Ahmedabad, Shaheen is going to get a bit of help. So I wouldn't really want Rohit to get that kind of approach and take him on from ball one. He should be able to probably play a couple of overs, leave some balls outside off stump, and then assess the kind of help the Shaheen's getting, and then maybe attack him from the word go. So that's one thing that I think would be better for Indian team and Rohit in particular.
That's very true. Obviously, any other key battles that you guys would see popping up on the pitch?
I would say one more battle which comes to my mind is Ravindra Jadeja versus Mohammad Rizwan. Now, why I would like to speak about this battle is Jadeja in the middle overs is exceptional, is phenomenal. The way he got Steve Smith out was an unplayable ball. And if he gets that ball playing for Mohammad Rizwan, if Mohammad Rizwan is in his best form, I believe he would not be able to play that ball. But knowing Mohammad Rizwan and the cramps which he got, and even after those cramps, he managed to play the game and made sure that his side wins. He can stick around when everything is falling apart. And his battle with Ravindra Jadeja. Jadeja's tendency is to bowl or get the over done as quickly as possible. And if Rizwan just sticks around and plays Jadeja for as long as he can, he can turn the game around for Pakistan. So that is a very key battle, Rizwan versus Ravi Jadeja.
I think one more thing to add on would be Jadeja's ability to cut down the runs. Like, he would not even give away singles. And as he said, by the time you know it is over, done in a minute and a half or so, it's really helped India in terms of over rate as well. They were lagging a lot there in the last match, and they caught up really well because of him specifically. So Rizwan is also somebody who would look to rotate the strike in the middle, and Jadeja is somebody who doesn't want to let that happen. So it would be an amazing matchup against these.
Absolutely.
So now, coming back to our viewers, we are introducing you to a brand new segment where we have gone through our campus, but also outside, to get the opinions of everybody on what they think about this match. So let's have a look at a few.
Shaheen Afridi.
I think Shaheen Afridi.
किसी को नहीं इंडियन खेलेंगे सिर्फ
Why?
You won't play anyone.
No, I won't.
Okay.
Frisian.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was India, Pakistan or whatever, but that moment I still remember where he was crying on the ground, that one, yeah.
Okay. Obviously, yeah. The last one, Virat Kohli hitting 2 sixes.
विराट कोहली वाला and one Sachin 2003. Yeah.
Sachin Tendulkar and Shoaib Akhtar facing each other. We all used to be very excited about those things. And
Last T20 World Cup, when India wins the match, Virat Kohli superb inning.
I will have to go with Rohit Sharma.
Kohli.
Kohli's not playing.
No, he's not playing.
VK Virat Kohli.
No doubt. I think Virat Kohli, no doubt.
I think Shahid Afridi for Pakistan, since Indian team already being so strong, will do with Virat also. But I think they need Shahid Afridi more than we need Virat.
ओ भाई मारो मुझे मारो
Virat Kohli for India.
I think both are important for each other, but I don't care about Pakistan.
I can always say that Virat is the most important player.
You should not ask me this question. It is India versus Pakistan, so it always have to be India. So yeah.
So obviously we see a lot of enthusiasm in the views of the individuals. What do you have to say about that?
So the views of the fans have been great, but one player which I would personally want in playing for India would be Shaheen Afridi. Now the skill set which Shaheen Afridi brings is exceptional. Also, India does not have a left-arm fast bowler, and Shaheen Afridi in the ranks along with Jasprit Bumrah sharing the new ball would be a dream treat. Also his wicket-taking abilities, along with Jasprit Bumrah's wicket-taking abilities, makes India's bowling lineup, formidable. So definitely, Shaheen Afridi playing for India would be something that I would always would want or wish for.
Yeah, that's very true. A very formidable player. So obviously it's a feast for our viewers. We are introducing them to another new segment, and it is a rapid fire round. We are going to test the knowledge of our experts over here. It is going to be first to 5 questions wins. So let's test your knowledge on cricket. So starting with the first question, who has the highest individual score in India versus Pakistan clashes? Is it Sachin Tendulkar? It is Insaman, Virat Kohli, or is it Saeed Anwar?
Saeed Anwar.
Virat,
He is correct.
194.
That is, yes, it is in 1997 scoring
I was thinking
194.
183 that he scored.
Yeah. So that is 1-0. So moving on to the second question. What is the highest score recorded by Pakistan in an India versus Pakistan World Cup clash? Is it the 287? Is it 248? Is it 336? Or is it 273?
336.
273.
Yes, that is 273. Once again, correct. It is 2-0.
I believe this was in 2003.
Yes, that was in the 2003 World Cup. You need to pull your socks up, Gershem.
Definitely.
So, moving on to the third question. Who has the best bowling statistics in the India versus Pakistan clashes in the World Cup specifically? Is it Imran Khan? Is it Wasim Akram? Is it Venkatesh Prasad? Or is it Zaheer Khan?
I believe it's Zaheer Khan.
I believe
That is incorrect.
Venkatesh Prasad.
Yes, that is correct. So, Gershom pulls one back. It is 2-1. Moving on to the fourth question. The first time India scored 100 in the India versus Pakistan clash in the World Cup, who was it? Was it Virat Kohli? Was it Sachin Tendulkar? Was it Dravid? Or was it Sehwag?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Who is the first Indian to score 100 in an India versus Pakistan clash in a World Cup?
Virat. He scored 2015. He scores a century.
Yes, that is correct. Virat Kohli with 107 of 126 balls in 2015. So that is 2-2. Moving on to the fifth question. In which edition did an Indian bowler and Pakistan bowler jointly end up as leading wicket takers? And who are those bowlers? Is it Zaheer Khan and Shahid Afridi? Is it Imran Khan and Kapil Dev? Is it Wafar Younis or Zaheer Khan?
Kapil Dev and
So it's Shahid Afridi and Zaheer Khan.
That is indeed correct. It is Shahid Afridi and Zaheer Khan.
2011.
Yes, that's very true. Rohit once again takes the
oh
lead.
yeah, Zahir was right.
3-2. Moving on to the next question. Who is the highest run getter in India versus Pakistan in the World Cup? Is it Saeed Anwar? Is it Sachin Tendulkar? Or is it Insaman?
It's Sachin Tendulkar.
Sachin, I gave Sachin two. I gave Sachin
that
two.
was-
So we both get the points,
Come on,
right?
give
No,
one. No.
whoever, the rules are whoever gives it first. You need to be quick with it. It's not just being good with it, it's being quick with it.
So
right?
who gets the point? Is it me? Oh, thank you.
So that's match point. So 4-2.
4-2.
Come on, Gershem. So potentially the last question. who has hit the fastest century in an India versus Pakistan clash in a one-day international? Is it Sehwag? Is it UV? Is it Shahid Afridi? Or is it Kapil?
It's Shahid Afridi.
Shahid, I knew it was Shahid Afridi.
This is again his point, and that wraps up the segment. So now a question for our viewers, which you can answer by going over to IISM World, our Instagram handle, and you can vote for the question over there. So the question is, who is the first Pakistan bowler to take a 5-wicket haul against India in the World Cup? Let us know over on our Instagram stories, where our poll will be live now. Anyways, before we move on to our closing segments, we would like to have a prediction from our experts as to who they think will win the match.
Absolutely, India is going to win against Pakistan. I would just add a small point to that even if we think that India is going with 11 players, there is a 12th man, which is the crowd, the Indian crowd, that's going to be coming in huge numbers and supporting India. They are going to make sure that India has maximum support and make sure that Pakistan feels away from home. So let's go India, and we'll be cheering India throughout the game.
That's very true. Gershem, your prediction?
I think it's going to be 8-0 again. Just one more opinion would be it won't be as easy as it was the last two times, 2015, 2019. Pakistan come with a better squad. But then again, as Rohit said, the 12th man plays a huge role. I don't think Pakistan had that in Hyderabad. They had quite a few supporters in Hyderabad. But I think when it comes to India versus Pakistan, they're going to feel that pressure with them. And even on paper, India should be able to beat them comprehensively, is my opinion as well.
Yeah, that's very true. Our crowd is going to be behind our men in blue, and we hope that India does win the match. Anyway, we would like to thank our viewers for tuning into this pre-match show, and we hope that you enjoy the match ahead. So, anyways, we would like to thank our viewers for tuning into today's pre-match show, and we hope that you enjoy the match as much as you enjoy the show. Anyways, you can head over to our Instagram handle @IISM World for further updates during the match. This has been your host Erishe Solai, your expert Rohit Walavalkar and Gershem Sundar, and we'll see you again next time for India's match versus Bangladesh. Thank you.